What have we got here? Alrighty, so today we're top dressing the lawn, so got something special to top dress it with, which I am so excited about. Gonna save my back today. Let's get into it. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. I'm so excited for this video today because I get to save my back while I'm top dressing for once. Normally you guys see me do that old shovel technique that I used to do back in the day. The struggle is real. That was a struggle, I'll tell you what. That's why I normally got at least 3 or 4 guys in to do it with me, to shovel the soil out like that. But today the guys at Ecolawn have sent it to me, basically just a trial to see what I think of it, and you know, give it a crack, save my back. Let me just explain to you guys exactly why we top dress our yards. So the reason why we top dress our lawns is basically, the most important reason is to get a nice level surface on your yard. So when you're cutting with a reel mower or a cylinder mower like myself, you want your lawn to be quite level and not have big dips in it, so when you run your mower over, it doesn't actually scalp the lawn, which means it makes it go yellow and cut off too much grass. So that's the number one reason. Another reason why we want to actually put top dressing on our lawn is because it's going to help with drainage. So you find with a lot of clayey soils, you'll find that they actually don't really drop the water down into the soil as much as you need them to. So sometimes you can amend that with a sandy loam or a sandy soil. Now, if you are doing this with clay soil, make sure you core aerate first if you're putting sand down. If you're putting down a sandy loam, you'll be okay. Today I'm putting down some sand, but it has got a little bit of soil in it. It's around about an 80-20. I'm only guessing because it wasn't called that at the place I got my soil from. But the reason we don't want to do that is because it will create layers in your soil. And you don't want to have that, because then, you know, water's going to get trapped in between areas and it's just going to struggle a lot more as well. Yeah, so here's the sand here. So I'm not putting down a lot of sand today. As you can see, this is pretty sandy. Perfect consistency though. Very similar to what we top dress the golf greens at work with. It's got quite a lot of fines in it, and it just is some nice sand. Doesn't clump up too much, so it won't crust on top of the soil. It will a slight bit, but not as much as a lot of soils that you find out there. Sandy soils, that is. So I'm only doing a light top dress today. If I was doing a really heavy one, I definitely would be core aerating as well. Now the reason I'm not core aerating is because I couldn't find the machine I wanted, and I'm getting a bit pedantic with and a bit over the top with how I'm treating my lawn. I didn't want one of those big bluebirds on there because it would, I don't know, just don't trust myself with it. But this is what I've got here. It's really hard to find a good sandy loam in town or some soil. I do have some over here which I used for my turf underlay. Now this stuff wasn't too bad. You see how that's quite sandy as well, but it's obviously got a soil aspect to it. This would have been perfect if it was washed. Unfortunately it's not washed. And as you can see from when I put this turf down just here, a lot of weed seeds came up and germinated when I was watering this. So you don't want something with seeds in it. Make sure it's washed. That's why a lot of guys talk about getting wash pit sand or something similar like that. So this is going to be good for today, but next time I put down soil or sand, I'm going to make sure I core aerate at the same time as well, just so we don't create those layers. So if you do top dress with a mulch or like an organic mulch, something that can amend the soil a bit, it's really going to help bring your pH down if you've got a high pH. Now if you've got a low pH, it's not really going to worry it too much. It's just going to sort of buffer the soil, so keep it at that neutral zone. But if you have one of those people that have a bit of a higher pH in your lawn, do a soil test and check and see if it is. But use an organic, like, you know, an organic sandy loam or something like that to help bring that pH down. Now it's not going to be something instant. It'll take a couple of years of doing it. Make sure you do that instead of using sand, because sand isn't going to add anything or any nutrients to your soil itself. It's really just going to help level it out and fix up that drainage to an extent as well. But yeah, that's why organic composts and like sandy loams are awesome, because they're going to help amend your soil as well, and they can also help fix up your thatch layer on top of that. Sand and soil can help with that, but yeah, it can help reduce your thatch as well. Alrighty, so it's time to use this thing. I tell you what, I'm beyond keen on using this thing. Quite a few guys have told me, even some guys over in the States, that this is basically the #1 top dresser out there, so I'm keen to give it a crack and see how it goes. Really excited, man. Really well built as well, like solid. We have a Toro top dresser at work that we hook onto the back of a tractor. Very similar concept. We have some brushes on ours though, but these wheels are awesome for situations like in your backyard where we're going to flick it out and get a nice even application as well, mate. I wonder how long this will take actually. I should time it and see how long it takes me to do this. It won't be long. Remember when I used to use a wheelbarrow and a shovel as well? Ooh, last time I did it by myself and it took me nearly 4 hours. Not good for your back. The memories. I recommend when you are putting down some top dressing, go between 5 to 10 mil of top dress, because you don't want to go nuts. I mean, especially with cool season grass like I've got here with my ryegrass. If you had couch or something, I mean, you can cover that stuff up and it'll pop back through. Just cool season grass needs the leaf blade popping through when you top dress as well. Alright, so there's always going to be a few spots that you miss, like up against edges sometimes, just because I've got such a small yard. If you've got a big open area like a sports field, mate, whew, won't even need to do any of this little fiddly stuff. But it's good because this can act as a wheelbarrow that is self-propelled. Who knew? Got the rest of the yard, so I only had to do those little bits there, but man, I've only just broken a sweat, and that's just from shoveling into the wheelbarrow. Right, so as you can see, pretty even. I'll tell you what, some parts I was running over because I was turning around, but even application, I'll tell you what, awesome. And I've still got to rub it in, so when I rub it in it'll drop into lower spots as well, but if you want to get it out nice and easy, that is the way to do it, man. So awesome, love it. It is amazing. I never thought I'd be able to use one of those things in my own yard, so it's pretty cool, bro. It's awesome. Man, and that sand is really good as well. So as you can see, I did a pretty light top dress. I'll just flick it around, you can see. But you see how that's not really that heavy? Tiny as, see, I rub it like that and it drops down on the soil surface anyway. There's not much in it. So, we'll rub it in and we'll be done. But man, that Eco 250 is so good. Really surprised me actually. Easy to manoeuvre once you get used to it. Took me like one run up and down to get used to how it moves around and how to reverse and stuff, but it's great. I'm just going to level it out now with this lawn level. So this tool is called a lawn level, and basically all you do is push it across grass surface and you'll have that sand or soil drop down below the canopy of your grass down into the soil. Yeah, let's do it.
I thought I was long since over and done with you. Was so certain I had left it all behind.
Man, all done. I'm stuffed after doing that, man. Pushing that thing around top dressing was easier than that. Anyway, all done. So now, actually I'll turn it around and show you guys how much it's rubbed in, but it looks pretty good if you have a squiz. So look, you can't even see that it was there really. A couple of spots that are a little bit thicker. Look at that, it disappears like that. So This was a really light top dress. Generally when you top dress you might see a little bit of sand here and there if you go about 10 mil. That was about 5 mil, so half what I normally do. And that's awesome, that's good. Now the reason I did it today is because throughout summer I noticed when I was cutting all the time there's just a couple of little bit of parts that were just, the mower would just float and sort of go back and forth. And that's just because there was a couple of pockets in the ground and just slightly uneven, only the tiniest bit. So that's the only reason I've done a light top dress this time, and because I didn't core aerate as well. But yeah, man, I'm stuffed. Alrighty, so now I'm going to fertilise the lawn. I'm going to use some Inoculate Complete, but I'm not going to show you guys me putting that out because we've got enough for today. But yeah, make sure if you are putting fertiliser down or something, you at least wash it in so the sand drops a bit more down into the canopy as well. Make sure you wash it in, and because it's probably going to dry out a little bit because I've been rubbing stuff across the top, and it'll probably just dry it out slightly as well. So get the water down, make it drop down to the canopy a bit more, and you'll be good. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap the video up there, but thanks so much guys for watching. Thanks to the guys at Ecolawn for letting me borrow this Eco 250 just to try that at home. Really enjoyed it. Tell you what, if I was like a contractor or something, I would 100% buy one of these. If we didn't have one already at the golf course, we could use this on the tees. You could even use it on the greens because it's quick. I've seen people tow them behind mowers and stuff as well, so you can get it so you can tow it as well. So there's so many options with this, but it's just awesome. Great little top dresser, gets into backyards easily, which is one of the big things. So yeah, really impressed. But anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and you have a good week. Now you're probably wondering why I've got so much extra soil left over, or sand. Because I'm going to top dress this bad boy in the gaps through here. Yes. It's only used about 1/2 metre on my whole yard, which is crazy.